So, the talk will be like I will be sharing a bit knowledge about the session for a couple of minutes, like maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and then we will switch to the code, and then I will try to explain that. So, like this session will be more into service worker. We will try to learn how we can create the PWAs in Angular using Angular. So, and there is my Twitter handle and at the bottom of the slide. So maybe if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me over there. Okay. So the content of this talk will be, first we will talk about what is exactly a service worker is, then how service worker works, then obviously then following that we will see like what service worker can exactly do, and then we will try to implement it in our Angular application. So how normally a web application works. So I know like you guys might aware of this. So we have a web browser and a server. We will send a request. We will hit a URL over there, and it will give us some response. Something like that happened. Like this is the scenario. And when you do that, you'll get a website whichever you are asking for. So let's say I'm asking for this particular website, and it will just open, right? So let's think about a situation. What if the internet is not working? Internet is not working, then you will send a request to your server, but request won't be won't be go there because you are not connected to internet, right? And after that, you might got this particular uh, screen on your browser if you are using a Chrome, right? Okay, so now we will discuss like how PWA enabled application will work. So you have a browser and you have a server. You will send a request and then you will get some response, right? But in between, if you have that PWA enabled application, there will be something which is called a service worker is running between that. So what is basically a service worker? We will try to understand that in like next slides. But keep this in mind that there is something between your web browser, between your request and responses, which is running over there, and it is taking care of all your those things. Okay. So what if when you send a request, it is PW enabled application, and you'll send a request obviously will not go to the server, but if because there is a service worker is running in between, you will be able to see your application which you want, not this one. You won't see this one if your application has PW enabled, has service worker inside that. So you will be seeing the page you were looking for. Yep. Yeah, that's true. That is doable. That can be done. Yeah. So cool. Yeah, that can be done. So obviously, if you want to have this excuse that no, I love this game and add, I don't want to add PW in my application. So you just can go to this particular link on your Chrome browser, and then you would be able to play this game. Okay, so you can use that. So apart from that, what is basically a service worker? So I would like to it is a definition that service worker is a client side programmable proxy between your web application and the outside world. So in simple word, I would say like it is a particular JS file which you include inside your code, and it will be included in every time, like you can say it is like a injector, and it will be injected every time when you are doing any request or any response. So it is something like that. like just like you can keep this in mind that it is just a JS file, JS code which is running over there. That's all. So if you'll send any request, the service worker will take it, it will send it to server, and then if the response will come, and what it will do, it will maybe cache it because you have the service worker enabled over there. So if you whatever you have configured over there, it will cache that those things over there in your cache, and then it will serve it to your browser. Something like this happens. Okay. And also like if maybe like it is just depend on your configuration how you have done. So what it does is it will just go it will first, if you have configured that okay, I want it from the cache, but if it is not available, then go to server. So that thing can also be done. So it is really cool, so that it always try to like it improve the performance of our application always. Okay, so after that, just try to understand what is basically a service worker. So this is our JavaScript application which is running in browser, right? We have this main thread which is running over there. It has some HTML files, it has some JavaScript file or CSS. Each and everything are attached over here. Okay, and after this, service worker is running parallelly over there. It is but it is decoupled with your main application. What that decoupled means is, if even if your application isn't working, right? So what it will do, like it is closed, maybe you have closed it, use it in your browser, but you close the browser now, but the service worker will be running in behind the scenes, right? And what like there can be an example, maybe for PWA you can go for maybe Instagram. If you are, even if you are offline, then you can like the post, but it will be updated after when you will go online. So how that those things are handled, those things are there, like those are handled by this PWAs only. So something like that. After that, like what else service worker can do? So first thing, it can cache network requests to improve the performance and provide offline access to your content. That's what we already talked about. And after that, maybe it can use push notification. I might, like you might have seen, there are a couple of applications which we use, and we might get some browser notification every time, like after we use it, if we enable that, right? So maybe you can take example for web WhatsApp. So it gave us that notification, right? So that those things are done using this service worker only. And background sync, the thing I talked about in for Instagram, right? For Twitter also, they are doing that. If you'll comment anything, then it will be posted whenever you will go online afterwards, right? So these are the few things that service worker can help you with in your application, and these are really like cool because right now people are moving to phone, and if they can also go and create the icon for your application from the browser, so they can directly go to like from click on icon from their phone and open your website like that. So because like one thing is over there that our service worker used IndexedDB for like saving couple of things in our browser only, right? So just to enable that, like each and everything you are getting inside your application should be safe. So that's why service worker only run available on secured origin, like which is HTTPS. If you'll run it like if your application is PW enabled, like you have service worker in it, but it is not deployed on the secured server, the PWA service worker won't work. Yeah. So we will try to implement service worker now in your application, but before that, I'll try to show you like what is the scenario. So I do have a basic Angular application running over there. Let me switch the screen. I hope you are able to see my browser now. Okay. So this is my screen. This is my application over here, and you can see from here inside the network tab uh, in app sorry in app, application tab sorry so over here inside the application tab you can see there is service worker, and over here it is just a simple like service worker application, like Angular application. So what we have to do to enable service worker in our application is you just have to go and use this command, which is Angular PWA, this one. So you just have to use this command and it will work. Like it will install all the PWA files in your Angular application. So as of now, it is my in my application there is no service worker running inside. And what if I'll say okay, I want to make this application offline, and if I'll refresh it, it will give me this like there is no internet. So I'm doing like that. I'm just switching it on. Okay. So what so if I'll do this, if I'll install this, what I have done, if I'll install this and add Angular slash PWA, only this one. I just have to hit this command, and all the dependencies for our service worker will be installed automatically. Okay. Yeah, it is just like that. It is so easy. And maybe you will be able to see some changes inside your Angular projects. So I'll just walk you through like what are those changes when you like make hit this command. What would be the changes you will be able to see? So there is some icons which are added. These so these are icons are as I already told you, you can just go to your browser and create an icon for your application. So these icons helps us to like we can set okay I want to use this icon over there in the mobile phone. So these icon can be used over there. So we in our manifest.web manifest we can see inside the code. I have already run that Angular PWA command. So I'll just open it. So inside that over here you can see all are these icon related thing are over here. These are written over here, right? And after that there is like a change which is really important inside our Angular JSON file. So inside Angular JSON, inside our production thing, it will add this uh, um, option. It will say Angular service worker to true. So whenever we will be running for production, it will make it true, something like that. And after that, there is one change inside our um, module. This our Angular module. Okay. So inside our Angular module, this thing will be added, which is Angular service worker. So from after we install, right, it opens Angular service worker. It imported the module from that service worker module, and we over here inside imports we are registering this thing service worker dot register, and then we are writing this ng service worker .js, right? But if you'll find this ng service worker inside your application, you won't be able to see. Over here, if you'll try to find it, you won't be able to see this, right? It is not over there. But why it is like that? It is like that because whenever we will build our application, this ng service worker file will be available over there only. Over here, like I'll try to rebuild it for you. So whenever we will run it, uh, let me rebuild it. Ng build prod. Okay, so when we are creating it for production application, okay, oh, wait a minute. So it is building. I'm not sure why it is like that. Let me just close everything. I know these things happen when you are like demonstrating anything, so bear with me. Ng build. So it is building now. Yeah. Okay, so inside our this desk folder, we will be seeing this particular ng service worker file. Let's see after it rebuilt. What else was there? It is inside the index.html file. It said there is some change, right? So we will just go to our index.html, and over here you can see it added this no script please enable. If there will be in on your application there is no on your browser JavaScript is disabled, so it will just give this message, something like that. And also it added this manifest.json link over there. So it is building now. Yep, it's done. Okay, so just we will check it over here inside the dash folder, inside this Angular PWA. You would be able to see this ng service worker file, right? And how does it looks? So basically, it is just a JavaScript file, but they have like created the all JavaScript thing. Like we don't have to write it manually. They have created, and you just have to use it, right? So what we will do now? We will try to run our application. Okay. So I'll just uh, try to run it on this local server. So I'll create it HTTP server, and I'm giving a port. So now it is running it my on my own local server. So I'll hit it. Okay. So it is saying okay my post, but all the posts are not visible. If I'll say okay make it online. Okay, so now the all posts are available, but if I'll make it offline, posts are not there because but also there is no that error, right? We are not getting that error. So we will see over here in network tag like what is the basically issue we are having. So I'll just try to do hard refresh, and over here you can see. So it is saying that CSS they requested for CSS. CSS is not there, right? So for that, for enabling all those things, we have one file which is this ng-sw-config.json file over here, right? So over here, this is automatically created by Angular CLI. So over here, you can see there are a couple of things which it is saying like okay, just in inside this asset group array. So what is basically asset groups means, it is saying all the static things which we are using in our application, we can we can cache those things and then we can use those things, right? So what this is what it is saying. So we have created object for that. We can we are it is given some name like maybe app, and it is saying like the install mode is prefetch. So what basically prefetch means is, like whenever we will start the application, it will prefetch, like at the time of starting it will cache all these things, which is favicon, then maybe our index html, then css which is inside this dash folder, and all the js files. And also there is one more. So if we want to make it, okay, I want to make it lazily load. So if we want to change any configuration, we can make another array and we gave a name it to asset. So what it is saying, okay, if install mode is lazy, so it will just lazily load these things. The asset may be inside asset, it can be your images, it can be any particular file which you have inside your asset folder. So those will be visible over there. After that, what else you can do over here, if you will see in our browser, okay, this css file are not able we are not able to upload, right? It is failing. So how we can add that? So over here what we will do is we will ask, okay, what css failed. So we will copy particular we want. Inside our code we will go to index.html over here. Okay, and we will see, okay, there is one css for font, right? So we will copy this, and over here we will write a url. So this will be an array of strings, so you can write, and you can just give a name to array, something like that. Let's save it. And also there was some more changes, like, yeah, this one. So we have added this one, I guess. Yeah, right. Okay, let's try to run it again. So we will have to build it. So I'm just turning off my uh, server, and then I'm trying to rebuild it. So what else you can do is, oh, I don't know. Okay, let me try to close it once. Yeah, I guess it will work now. Okay, so we will go to it after I'll just tell you what else we can do. So over here we have added these URLs, or what else you can do, right? So over here these are the asset group. Inside asset group you can call all the API, all the static things, as I already told you, for APIs, right? So I have one API running over here inside my this app component. This is over here I'm getting those posts from this fake API. So it is giving me post and it is posting over there. So that's why, because when we are offline we are not able to see that. So we will try to add that. So I have already written, I'll try to like sum it up what this is exactly. Okay, so I'm adding the data resource, data groups. So inside data groups, what I want, okay, I said, okay, I named it as a post, and I want, okay, this is posting, and these are the URLs I want to use to be saved inside the cache, right? And also we what we can do, we can give maximum size to our cache. Okay, I want to maybe include there are a couple of maybe you have some API and you don't want to look at you will hit it again and again, right? So maybe if it is something like that, then you want, okay, just five uh, URLs should be saved. If there is new, then it will just pop out the other one. Something like that it can happen because we have a limited space inside our browser. So over here we can give the size, and this is a term for maximum age. So what age you want to save, like till what hour you want to save your this particular API. So I said, okay, for 6 hour I want that. After that it should get a new one. Or there is something called timeout. So timeout is basically, okay, I hit for to a server, but it doesn't respond it in 10 seconds, right? So that's after that it will use the thing which is inside the cache. And over there we have a strategy. We have set the strategy to freshness, means we are more into we want the fresh data, but if it fails then use the cache. There is one more thing which is performance. So you can write performance, and it will be like if it will just search the URL inside the cache first. If it is available over there, then it will just like use it from cache. Otherwise it will send the request to our server. So for now we are using this freshness thing. And now let me try to rebuild it again. uh, ng build. Hope it will rebuild. Yeah, it is. Yes. So it might be some issue because I have started the server, local server for that. So it was the resource was like our dash folder was in use. That's why it wasn't able to delete that. So now we can see it is created again, and I'm opening in terminal. Then I will start the server again, and I'm running it into the port 8080. Okay, so maybe let me try to run that. Sorry. So over here we are not seeing data. Let me tell you like how you can check if service worker is running in your application or not. So over here inside the service worker tab na, so you over here you can see, okay, this service worker is running for this particular application. So if I'll do offline, if I'll refresh, it should give me data. Let me try to go online. Now it is offline only. Let's check. Okay, it is giving us data. So let us refresh it again. Okay, now it is working. Over there, when like keep one thing in mind, how service worker works. Whenever you will load your application for the first time, right? So what it will do, it will load all the things which like it will just start your service worker for the first load. Whenever your server will start, right, whenever you will hit the application, it will start your service worker. After that, whenever you will hit it again, then only service worker will work. That's what I missed over here. So if we'll hit it again, so now I hope that these APIs call are saved. Let me check. Yeah, so it should be saved, and we will keep an eye on this particular uh, mm, tab. I'm just making it offline, and I'm over here, and I'm refreshing it and see. Like it sent the request, but it fetches it from our service worker. Over here, you can see that, right? So something like that. So like this is a basic application, just we just have a single API call, but you can use it for all API calls. Like in your application you can make it like, okay, even it is offline, but the essential things which are obviously which if they those are not live, they can be visible. So something like that. So yeah, I guess like yeah, I'm done with what I was trying to show you, and yeah, like I'm up for questions now.